Good morning. My name is Roxanne Truen with the Michigan State University Science Festival, and we're pleased to welcome the Capital Area District Libraries and their STEAM Storytime. Take it away.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me on another story time brought to you by the Capital Area District Libraries. My name is Mr. Robert, and I am from the Holt-Delhi branch of CADL, and I am very excited today to perform a story time for you that's all about slime and making mess and kind of ooey gooey stuff. So all of our books and songs, and at the very end, a super fun craft activity, we're kind of revolving around that. So what to expect from my story time today. We're going to do a couple opening songs. The first one will teach you 2 words in American Sign Language. And the second, we'll kind of just get our wiggles out with our hands and fingers. Then I'll be reading to you this really fun book called Billy Blue is Stuck in Goo. And we'll kind of see what happens when he gets stuck in goo and if anyone can help get him unstuck. And you can see behind me, I have this fun flannel board that has 3 little piggy friends on it, and we're going to be singing a fun song called 3 Pigs So Squeaky Clean. So we'll see what happens with that. And at the end, I will take you and show you how you can make some fun, easy slime at home. And this might be a slime recipe that you have not seen before, so I'm excited to share that with you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our first song called Hello Friends. Now, I enjoy this song because I like to share with you a couple words in American Sign Language that you can do while singing along with the song. And those words are hello and friends. So to say hello in American Sign Language, is a language that uses your hands and gestures to say words and phrases. And so to say hello in American Sign Language, or ASL, put your hand on your head like this and kind of give almost like a salute. Hello. That's how you say hello. And the other word is friends. Friends, we have 2 fingers, and they're going to go 1, and the other way, 2. And how I was taught this was pretend each finger is a friend, and they're giving 2 hugs. And that's how you say friends in ASL. So let's go ahead and sing our song. And we'll do it a couple times so you can get practice on using those new words. All right. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Oh, very good. You catch on quick. Let's go ahead and do it one more time just to kind of practice. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. All right. And our second opening song I like to do is open them, shut them. So we're going to get our hands up. Wiggle those fingers out, get them ready. This is called open them, shut them. It goes like this. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Give a little clap. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Put them in your lap. Creep them up to your chin. Open your mouth, but don't let them in. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Put them in your lap. Very good. Now with our hands in our lap, we are ready for our story this morning of Billy Blue is Stuck in Goo. Now this book is written by Jennifer Hamburg and illustrated by Ross Burrick. Now the illustrated means that Ross drew the pictures. That's what an illustrator does. They draw the pictures. And this book is published by Scholastic Press. No, look at this. See, the very inside of the book is all this kind of slimy green, the same green color as the goo Billy Blue is stuck in. That's kind of fun. They probably did that on purpose. All right, so this is Billy Blue is Stuck in Goo. This is Billy Blue. Billy Blue is stuck in goo. Who will help him? Tell me who. Who will unstick him from this goo? Would you? Yee-haw! I'll get you out real fast, declares a cowgirl riding past. She spins her rope round Billy's shin, then loses grip and falls right in. Billy Blue still stuck in goo, and now the cowgirl's stuck there too. What would you do? Behold, our acrobatic troupe will pull you from this gooey goop. We promise it will be a breeze. We even brought our own trapeze. They clutch the bar, they sling it back, then in mid-swing they hear a crack. Uh-oh. 4 acrobats, the cowgirl 2, and sadly still poor Billy Blue. The lot of them are stuck in goo. Just who'll unstick them now? Would you? Ahoy, me mateys, take a look. You're stuck in goo, I have a hook. They think the hook will help instead. The pirate plops in on his head. 4 acrobats, the cowgirl 2, the pirate and poor Billy Blue. Quite a few now stuck in goo. What would you do? Ta-da! Your friendly wizard here, and through my wizardly career, I've learned to make things disappear. I'll do that with this goo right here. No need to beg, I volunteer. A whack, a wook, a doobly-doo. Egads, it seems I've made more goo. 4 acrobats, the cowgirl 2, the pirate and poor Billy Blue, and now a puzzled wizard who has somehow made 2 times more goo. So many stuck now, what to do? Who will rescue them? Would you? Hey dudes, it's Octo here to help. I've rescued fish, I've battled kelp. I've got 8 arms, so grab one each, then we'll go party on the beach. He reaches in, but then a blip, who knew an octopus could slip? 4 acrobats, the cowgirl 2, the pirate, wizard, Billy Blue, plus now an octopus, it's true. All of them are doo-doo-doo-doo. Hear ye, it is I, the queen. I've come to do a queenly thing. My nobles, 17 and all, will get you out and they won't stall. The nobles take a flying leap, but end up in a gooey heap. 4 acrobats, the cowgirl 2, the octopus, the wizard who just conjured up a talking you, the pirate and the noble crew. And by the way, the queen's there too, though how that happened, not a clue. By now it really isn't clear that Billy will get out of here. As gobs of goo go squish and splat, he feels it's time to have a chat. Dear friends, how very kind of you to try and get me out of goo. I do admire all your pluck, but just thought I'd point out, I'm still stuck. The others spring to his defense. They do not want things to get tense. I'll use my rope. We'll swing some more. I'll call my friend the dinosaur. The talking you is now part cat. Unruly goo, you stand no chance. Has anybody seen me pants? They push, they pull, they squeeze, they jerk. They dance a jig. It doesn't work. I guess that's it, says Billy Blue. Get used to living in this goo. There's nothing more that we can do. Unless a miracle. Achoo! A tiny mouse then scampers by and catches Octo's watchful eye. That's all it takes. One sneezy squeak, the octopus says simply, eek! He leaps out from the gooey goop and snags the acrobatic troupe, who grab the cowgirl and the queen, who nabs her crew, all 17, who lift the pirate, wizard too, and last but not least, Billy Blue, who finally is out of goo. But look, oh no, he lost his shoe. Well, get it? This is Billy Blue, the only one not stuck in goo. What would you do? And that is the end of Billy Blue is stuck in goo. Well, at least he got out in the end. All right. Now, bring this a little closer. And we're going to do a song called 3 Pigs So Squeaky Clean. Now, you're probably not familiar with this song, but it is to the tune of 5 Green and Speckled Frogs, which maybe is a song you are familiar with. And it goes like this. 3 pigs so squeaky clean, cleanest that you've ever seen, wanted to go outside and play, oink, oink. One jumped into the mud, landed with a big old thud. Then there were 2 clean squeaky pigs, oink, oink. See, he landed in the mud and got all dirty. Now we just have 2 clean pigs. 2 pigs so squeaky clean, cleanest that you've ever seen, wanted to go outside and play. Oink, oink. One jumped into the mud, landed with a big old thud. Then there was one clean, squeaky pig. Oink, oink. See? Now how many pigs do we have left? One that's clean, because these two are now dirty because they jumped in the mud. One pig so squeaky clean, cleanest that you've ever seen, wanted to go outside and play. Oink, oink. He jumped into the mud, landed with a big old thud. Now there are no clean, squeaky pigs. Oink, oink. All right, good job. Give yourselves a hand for singing along with that one. That is a fun song to do. And really, you can do as many number of pigs as you want. I just chose 3. And I don't know if you noticed, but each pig has 3 letters written on it. P-I-G, because that is how you spell pig. And that's kind of a fun thing to do with your child while at home. Go ahead and take a sticky note or a piece of paper and some tape and kind of just label stuff around the house, like wall, door, chair. And every time you pass by, just kind of point it out to your child that, oh, look, that says wall, that says door. And after a while, your child is going to associate that combination of letters to the word and sound to the object. And over time, all of that is going to get kind of cemented in their head, and that will help encourage reading. All right, fun little tip for you there. Okay, so we have sung our songs, did our rhymes, read our book. So now I am going to show you how to make some Play-Doh slime. Now, this is a fun recipe that I've picked for a couple different reasons. One, it's not like your usual slime. So it is called Play-Doh, and dough is spelled D-O-U-G-H, because that's the consistency, or that's how it feels, is very much like dough. Your usual slimes, if you made slime before or seen them, are very ooey and gooey and kind of slimy, if you will, in your hands. This one's a little bit different, so that's kind of what I like to kind of show you that there are really different kinds of slimes out there. And the other reason that I picked it is because it's really easy to make. It only requires 2 ingredients, hair conditioner and cornstarch, and an optional third ingredient of food coloring if you want. And optional means that you don't have to use it. This recipe I got from a book published by DK called Super Slime. And this is a library book that I checked out from the Capital Area District Libraries. It actually came from my branch, the Holt branch. So definitely feel free to put a hold on this, because this is full of really fun, easy slime recipes that I've never seen before. Even just Googling slime recipe, a lot of these did not come up. So this is Super Slime, book you can check out at your library. All right, so all that said, I'm going to go ahead and gather the supplies I need, and I'm going to meet you in my kitchen and show you how to make some Play-Doh slime. All right, thanks for joining me for some books and songs. Let's go make some slime. Come on. All right, so I have gathered all my ingredients and supplies needed to show you how to make this Play-Doh slime. And it's really simple, and like I mentioned, only requires just 2 ingredients and a third optional one if you want to. So what I have with me is 1 cup conditioner. Yes, that's the conditioner for your hair, so 1 cup of that. And in this bowl, I have about 3.5 to 4 cups cornstarch. Now, I have found when making this earlier that with 1 cup conditioner, I only needed about 2.5 cups of the cornstarch to get the consistency and texture that I wanted for the slime, but I have more just in case. Because you'll find with a lot of slimes, as you're mixing them together, it might not be exactly how you want it to feel, so you'll need to add more ingredient later on. So it's easier to have extra cornstarch on hand in case you need to add a little bit more at a time until you get that dough-like slime texture that you're looking for. And lastly, I have food coloring. So this is optional. This is just to kind of make the slime a fun color for you. I'm choosing blue today, but you can use whatever color you want. And then I also have a bowl that we're going to use to mix everything together, a spoon to stir in the food coloring with the conditioner, and lastly we have a cup for the cornstarch, because I'm going to be putting in about a cup at a time. And then I have right here a butter knife to level it off to make it pretty even. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we want to do is pour in our 1 cup conditioner into that extra bowl we have. And I'm going to use, another reason I have the spoon is to make this, get as much in here in the bowl as I can. So scoop as much in, there we go. hands off there. And we're going to need next add our food coloring. So all you really need is about 5 drops. Go ahead and count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5 drops of food coloring. Now with the food coloring, you're going to want to be careful because it can and will stain your clothes, which is also why I have a spoon, because I don't really want my hand stained blue. So you can see I have the 5 drops in there, and we're going to mix that together. Now as you're mixing, it's not going to be a perfect mix. You're kind of going to see almost little speckles of blue, and I think that's just kind of how the food coloring reacts to the conditioner. Now we only want 5 because we kind of have a wet ingredient of conditioner and they're adding to it another wet ingredient of the coloring. And so if you add too much, it's going to be really, really wet. And then you're going to need more cornstarch than you might have made or prepped and ready for you. So we have that all ready to go. Set this over here. You can see we kind of have now our blue conditioner. Next up is going to be the cornstarch. Now, scoop that up. This is what the butter knife is for, just to kind of level it out, get it about nice even. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we have a little room to play around with, and the cornstarch will get everywhere. So be mindful of that as you're doing it. Got 1 cup, and get 2 in there. Have about 2 cups, and it's with 2 cups that I like to start off with and start mixing. So we start off with the 2 cups of cornstarch and 1 cup of conditioner, and you're going to get in there and mix it together. And you can see you will make a mess, and that is okay. That's half the fun of making this stuff, is making it messy. Okay. As you're mixing it, you're going to notice that the consistency is going to change. It's going to start off feeling very powdery because of the cornstarch, but as the cornstarch and conditioner mix together, it's going to become thicker and a lot more paste-like. Whoop! Someone's getting out of the bowl. I probably should have used a bigger bowl for this, but I wanted to make sure to have a clear bowl. You can kind of see the process going on. You can kind of see it's really sticking to my fingers. We haven't gotten that dough-like consistency yet, but we will get there. So as we're mixing this up, it's getting stiffer and stiffer, but the texture, you can see this is way different than when we started. This is no longer the wet like the conditioner was or the powdery like the cornstarch was. This is a lot more sticky. So this is getting really sticky. So what I'm going to do is add in a little bit more cornstarch. So I've only added in 2 cups, and I think I'm going to add in about half a cup more. Now, at this point, this is a lot easier if you have a helper. So if you are working with your grown-up to do this, and your hands are all messy, they can kind of help you and add in the cornstarch. So I'm going to add in, take my messy hands, and add in about half a cup more. Just a little bit. And this is the part where you're adding it just a little bit at a time, that you don't want to do a lot at a time, because you can go overboard and add too much. And then instead of making kind of like a dough-like slime, it becomes a little too crumbly. And that's not what really we're looking for. Okay. Adding this together. And you can see right away, this isn't sticking to my fingers anymore, because we added that cornstarch in. And now it's even easier. You can see I'm picking this up like a ball, and it's not sticking to me at all like it was, which is kind of what you're looking for. Because again, it's called Play-Doh, so we want more of a dough-like texture and consistency, and less like the typical ooey-gooey slime that you might be used to. We can kind of see, oh, look at that. Even though it doesn't feel like slime, it's behaving like slime. So when you're able to pick it up like this and not have it break apart and stick together, that's really what you're looking for. So I mentioned earlier that you don't want to add too much of the cornstarch, because it might become too You kind of see how it sort of stretches like that. I'm breaking apart just a little bit. If it does, if you realize like, oh no, I added too much cornstarch and now it's too crumbly and dry, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. Add in a little bit more conditioner. And again, you don't want to add too much. If you feel like you need to add a little bit more, don't take the bottle and go, no, that's not going to be good because then it'll be too wet and you kind of be back to where you started. Instead, add a little bit more, mix it together for a while, see how the consistency changes. And then if that's still not enough, if it's still a little too dry, add a little bit more at a time. And that'll make it go by a lot smoother. All right, look at that. And now kind of we have our Play-Doh slime. So even this might be a little too dry. No, actually that's a really good consistency. I like that. I like how it's behaving. So it will pull apart like that. It kind of has your little ball of blue dough. And so that's why we added the food coloring, because now this is blue. If you didn't add anything, it would just be white, which is fine. But a color kind of makes it a little bit more fun. So your slime, as you're playing with it, it will not last forever. If you want to extend how long your slime gets before it dries out and gets hard and crumbly, you can put it in the refrigerator in like a plastic container, kind of sealed tight, and that'll make it last for a few days. Slime won't last forever. But that's again, like I said, one of the reasons I enjoy this recipe, if you will, is that it's really easy to make and doesn't use a whole lot of ingredients. Again, just 2 with 1 optional one for a total of 3 ingredients. And there we have, oh, you kind of see it's getting even now a little crumbly, but yeah. And that is how you make Play-Doh slime. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me with our STEAM story time today. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did putting it on for you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right, bye-bye.